second part of our birthdays, devil worship. And where we left off is we were dealing with the deities of the other nations and how they were linked to this celebration, this pagan celebration. So we're going to get right back in this thing. I'm Brother Tim, and you're still here with Brother Judah and I. I'll let Brother Judah get right back into it so we can distribute this information.
Thank you, my brother. What we want to do is we're going to just briefly go back just a little ways to Isaiah 65. Now, Isaiah 65 was prophesying of the celebration of birthdays. People may want to know how. We're about to find out how. We're going to review this. We touched on it a little bit last segment, but we're going to review and walk our way down with this. Isaiah was talking about a celebration here in Isaiah 65 and verse 11. If we can, we could let us read that again now.
But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain.
Ye are they that forsake the Almighty and forget his holy mountain, which we explained last time. His mountains represents governments. You have forsaken the holy government of God. By forsaking his law, you have forsaken the government. And what they have, or what have they forsaken his government for? Go ahead, my brother.
That prepare a table for that truth.
You have furnished or prepared a table, which has sacrifices on it, for that truth. Now, if you can, read out of the Strong's Concordance, and it should be in the Hebrew 1409. It should be in Hebrew Gad, G-A-D.
Gad.
Or God.
In sense of distributing fortune.
All right, it's in the sense of fortune. Now there's another variation of the word. Go right up to 1408.
Gad.
Gad.
Fortune.
Fortune.
A Babylonian deity.
Wait a minute now. They have furnished the table for a Babylonian deity. In fact, the Babylonian deity of fortune. You have prepared a table for it.
That truth.
That truth. Truth in Hebrew is the goddess or god of fortune. And they have prepared a table for her to celebrate. When you blow out your candles on your birthday cake, you are wishing for a good fortune. Superstition. That's what it's all about. So they prepared the table for that truth, which is the god, Babylonian god of fortune.
That's right.
And what else have they done?
Back in Isaiah 65 and 11.
Yes, sir.
And that furnished the drink offering unto that number.
And you furnished a drink offering. You don't prepare your food on your table. Now you bring your drink offerings unto fortune. Or that number.
That number.
I'm sorry, that number, not fortune. But they all tied in. Whose number? And that should be number 4507 in Hebrew. We're looking up in Isaiah 65:11. What did Isaiah mean by that number? We found out that truth is the god of fortune. And even in some cultures, the goddess. You have fortune and you have fortuna. All right? So here, who is that number that Isaiah is speaking of? Go ahead, brother.
Many.
Many.
The apportioner, in example, fate.
Fate.
As an idol.
The idol of fate as an idol. So they are furnishing the drink offering unto fate and fortune. Two idols of the nations. Two idols of the nations that the nations worship during their birthdays. That's good on that so far, my brother. Well, brother, how did you say that? Well, we're about to read some here. Remember in the first segment where we found out through history that the birthday celebration was celebrating, if it was a male, the genius spirit, and it was a female, the Juno. So the genius, let's see if the genius ties in with that truth or fortune.
Right.
Now, that truth was translated Gad, right, brother? Now, we looked up Gad in the Interpreter's Dictionary of the Bible, Volume 2, page 335. Gad, deity. Not the Gad, it's a different definition for Gad, the son of Jacob. This Gad, used in Isaiah, is a deity. So just read everything highlighted, even the title. Gad deity.
Gad, deity.
Yes, sir.
A deity or genius of good luck.
Wait a minute. So they went together. That troop and that number went together.
That's right.
Because one was of fortune, and the other one was dealing with what he said. One was of good fortune, and the other one was I messed around and turned it.
Of fate.
Of fate. So now Gad, that deity, is associated with what again?
With good luck.
With good luck. Your birthday candles being blown out at one time, so you get good luck. Birthday licks,
Yeah.
good luck. You furnish the table to give honor unto these gods, and that's the gods you call upon too.
So worshipped by Jewish apostates.
They were worshipped by Jewish apostates. Who are apostates? People who abandoned the holy mountain of God. This is what we just finished reading. Go ahead and read, brothers. Everything highlighted.
The nature of the deity is cleared from Aramaic Greek bilingual inscription from Palmyra, where he is identified with fortune.
Wait a minute now. Gad is identified with fortune. The god of fortune. Okay? Let's read now. Isaiah also mentioned the number. You furnish a drink offering for that number. Number is translated to what?
Fate.
Fate.
As an idol.
As an idol. Or meaning. Truth was translated from Gad, and it means fortune. Okay, so number, which is meaning, is fate as an idol. Let's read it.
Mene.
And this is out of the Interpreter's Dictionary of the Bible, volume 1, page 350.
To count a portion. With Gad, a deity or genius of good luck.
Or a genius of good luck. Brothers, can we go to the Larousse Encyclopedia of Mythology, translated by Richard Aldington? Gad and Mene is associated with the genius, the god of good luck. What did Larousse say about genius?
Genius. It appeared at the birth of the being whose function it was to protect.
Wait a minute now. They are preparing the drink offering here in Isaiah, and a table for gods that appeared at your birth. What do you think you do on your birthday? You are preparing the table.
That's right.
For this God who appeared at your birth, and you don't even know it. That's why the Messiah was explaining. You worship you know not what, when he told that woman what was it, wasn't the Syrophoenician woman, but he seen the woman at the well. He said, woman, you worship you know not what. But the nations worship, they don't know what they worship.
You actually literally eating at the table of devil.
You literally eating at the table of devil. That birthday cake, that birthday piece, or whatever else you making, and them drinks in your pots, they are all in honor of the genius. And you don't even know it because you never researched it. Now it's time for you to repent from that madness. Go ahead and read that, brother.
It formed the infant. Okay. It appeared genius. It appeared at the birth of the being whose function it was to protect. It formed the infant's personality. The power of the child's genius depended on luck. If it was a boy, its tutelary spirit was a genius. If it was a girl, it would be a Juno.
Juno is the same as a genius. That was the spirit. Okay? And it was to form the child's character. It was with it at birth. And this is whom the nation celebrated. For years, we read it in history in the first part. The father or the pater families celebrate the genius.